Sometimes your reaction isn't about what just happened. It's about what it reminds you of. Your mind says, this is fine, but your body says, run. That's not you being dramatic. That is an emotional flashback. It's when now becomes then in your nervous system and you start living in an old chapter while standing in a new moment. The official alignment anchor. Yellow light. Pause. Breathe. Right where I am, God is. So I ask, what's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Here is today's consequence. When you don't recognize an emotional flashback, you will treat the present like a threat, and you will make decisions from survival instead of from truth. You will say things you don't mean. You will shut down when you want connection. You will cling when you need space, and you will fight when you need breath. And then you'll wake up later wondering, why did I react like that? It's because your body wasn't reacting to now, it was reacting to then. In this conversation, there are two familiar characters. Character A, the time traveler. The time traveler gets pulled backwards fast. They don't choose the flashback, it chooses them. The time traveler looks like a tone, a look, a delay in a text, and suddenly you feel unsafe. Your heart races, your thoughts spiral, your chest tightens. You over-explain, over-apologize, or over-defend. You assume the worst and start building a case. You go numb, disappear, or rage because you feel cornered. Character B is the present witness. The present witness still feels activation, but they know how to name it. The present witness refuses to let an old wound drive a new direction. The present witness looks like pausing before responding, naming what's happening in the body, getting curious instead of accusatory, asking for time instead of forcing a conclusion, letting God anchor the moment instead of fear narrating it. And listen, beloved, the time traveler is not broken. The time traveler is patterned, but patterns can be repatterned. Here's how the emotional flashbacks often show up in daily life. It can look like reading danger into neutral situations, needing immediate reassurance, or you spiral, assuming someone is mad because they're quiet, feeling rejected when someone sets a boundary, feeling abandoned when someone needs space, taking feedback as humiliation, turning a small moment into a life or death internal emergency, saying I'm fine when your whole body is braced. Here's our yellow light check-in. Is this about now, or is this about then? And here is the truth that steadies everything. An emotional flashback is not a moral failure. It's a nervous system memory. Your body is trying to keep you safe using yesterday's map. But protection and accuracy are not always the same thing. The traffic light helps here. When your body goes red, you do not need to speed through it and call it strength. You do not shame it and call it spirituality. You honor it. Red light means stop the reaction. Yellow light means pause, assess, and decide. Green means speak and move from the present. And if God is love, then love is not rushing you. Love is holding you. I sure know what it is to be pulled into an old chapter, to feel something so strongly that it becomes truth, even when the facts don't match the intensity. And I had to learn, intensity is not always accuracy. Sometimes intensity is history. The shift came when I started practicing this one thing. I stopped responding to the sensation as if it was the whole story. I started responding to the moment with a pause. And that pause gave God room to be louder. An emotional flashback is like your smoke alarm going off because of steam. The alarm is real, the sound is real, your body is doing its job, but the house is not on fire. Yellow light is when you don't start throwing water everywhere. You check the source. Is this smoke or is this steam? Is this present danger or is this a nervous system memory? And our pivot protocol: pause, assess, and decide. Here is how to practice this today in real time without shame. Our first step is to pause. When you feel the surge, take one breath. Say, even silently, yellow light. Our second step is to assess. Ask 3 questions. What is happening in my body right now? Maybe it's a tight chest, racing heart, numbness, heat, or shaking. What does this moment remind me of? Rejection, abandonment, punishment, humiliation? What would I do next if I felt 10% safer? And if you want the alignment chain, use this. Premise: what am I believing? Vision: what do I really want? Purpose: why does it matter? And strategy: what is the next faithful step? Because flashbacks often run on a premise like, I am not safe. Beloved, you may be activated, but you are not helpless. Step 3 is to decide. Make one aligned decision, not 10, just one. And here are 3 options. Ask for time. I'm activated and I need a moment before I respond. Ask one clarifying question instead of assuming. Can you tell me what you meant by that? Ground and return to the present. I'm here. It's now. I'm safe enough to choose one faithful step. And remember, it's not the most dramatic step and not the most impressive step. It is the next faithful one. So here is your charge for today. Stop judging your nervous system for remembering. Instead, lead it. Yellow light, beloved, is our pause, assess, and decide. And today, practice the sentence. This is now. I am not back there. If you like to journal, use the following prompt. What situation pulls me into then, and what helps me return to now? If something in today's conversation stirred you, don't rush past that. That stirring is often the soul's way of saying, pay attention, this is your yellow light. And you do not have to navigate this alone. If you are craving clarity, if you are ready to live with purpose, and you want aligned action that holds up in real life, I would love to support you. You can reach out to learn more about Life Charter or what it looks like to work with me, Babs. Just send me a message with the word yellow and tell me where you feel stuck, numb, or unsure. I will respond with the next best step and the simplest way we can walk it together. Until tomorrow, yellow light, pause, breathe. Right where I am, God is. What's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move one faithful step at a time. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. I love you deeply. For in truth, we are old friends because we are